for daily Ask Reddit. What is a loophole that you found and exploited the hell out of? MoviePass was $10 a month and you could use it to get one movie ticket a day. I lived next door to a Regal and I went every day because Regal would give their reward points for every ticket purchased. They didn't care that MoviePass was paying for the tickets then giving them to me as part of my subscription. In 8 months I spent $80 on the subscription and saw everything that came out, and I racked up enough Regal rewards points for about 53 popcorns or drinks. MoviePass went out of business, but I still had all the Regal rewards. I worked at a restaurant in a hotel where you could collect employee bucks of sorts for going above and beyond at your job. You could use them to pay for things like a room stay or food in the hotel restaurant. They were worth $1 each, but you obviously couldn't cash them in for real money. I saved up about $450 worth, used $100 worth to pay for a hotel room on a day I was working, bought a soda from myself at the restaurant, and tipped myself the extra $350 and signed it all to my room bill. Upon checkout it just shows that I spent $350 at the restaurant, not a breakdown of the bill. So then I used my employee bucks to pay off the hotel bill and got an extra $350 on my paycheck, minus taxes of course. In college there was a parking garage that charged around $2 an hour. I couldn't get a parking pass, but learned the heated garage that charged $2 an hour had a $20 fee for a lost ticket. I would park my car in there for a few weeks at a time, and when I had to leave, would lose my ticket and be forced to pay the $20 lost ticket fee. A parking pass was around $500 to park outside, and I ended up paying around $300 in lost ticket fees to park in the heated garage. We had a situation at my old job, a huge international company, where we'd work shifts, either the 8th of October 12 hours. Anything after 8 hours was overtime. Sometimes we were scheduled for the next shift quite soon after the last one had ended. For example 5 o'clock to 12 o'clock, and then 1900 hours to 000 hours. Someone discovered that if there were less than 8 hours between shifts in a 24-hour period, anything after 8 hours total was paid the overtime rate. We did it for ages, and then in the context of some team chat, some twat asked one of the managers whether the above scheduling would still be feasible. Turned out the management hadn't even noticed and stopped it immediately, and back to minimum wage we went. When I was at university, the pay for campus printers all worked on a system where you'd print your documents, release them at the printer, they'd print, then after they'd finished printing, it would then contact the server to get the cost deducted from your balance. That final step always took a while, and I discovered in my first year that if I cancelled the print job as the final page was rolling out of the printer, it wouldn't deduct the cost from my balance. With this method I got free printing for nearly 2 years before they upgraded the system. Was on a cruise ship a few years ago that had a pay per minute policy. You'd buy like 200 minutes of Wi-Fi access for $100 or whatever crazy price it was. They had a little portal that you went to start and stop the timer and tell you how much time was remaining. I quickly realized that the timer counted by whole minutes. That is, if I started at 12 hours, 0 minutes and 1 second, and stopped it at 12 hours, 0 minutes and 58 seconds, then it counted as 0 minutes of internet use. For the entire cruise I took advantage of this. Start the timer, fire up your internet apps like Facebook and Instagram and let your timeline and emails download, or launch a website and let it load. Stop the timer. Browse your feed and photos and read your website and emails offline. Compose posts and replies, etc. Start the timer again to send/upload. Stop it again within a minute. I milked those 200 minutes for an entire 3-week cruise and still had 45 minutes left over at the end. Not sure if it counts as a loophole, but I worked at a book/music/video store when I was in high school. We were supposed to remove the in training portion of our name tags after the first 2 weeks. I just left mine on so that customers wouldn't ask me questions. A full year of hardly anyone talking to me at work was the best full year of my life. One time I was at McDonald's with a friend and I got him a crap for €2 and I decided to try out filling out the survey at the bottom of the receipt for a free drink. I got my drink and to my surprise on the receipt I got for the drink there was another code for a survey, so I tried it again and it worked. We did it about 5 times until we decided to leave. The next day I decided to try it again and for some reason it didn't work. A month ago I was at McDonald's, but unfortunately didn't work again.